Hey, this is Dr. Alauna, trauma psychiatrist, coming to you to do a skills over pills demonstration. So this is the COVID-19 edition. I'm getting a lot of messages from friends about panic experiences, times where they feel emotionally overwhelmed, and that makes sense based on what's going on in the world. So I decided I'm going to make a video about how to use some of the empathy skills that I talk about. So this is a dialectical behavioral therapy skill, and it's a way to control your body temperature. So grab some ice. Ta-da! Skills over pills. All right, so ice holding, it's free and it's not addictive. Try it. So the thing about holding ice to break out of a panic attack is that you are probably going to be heated about something, anxious about something. Your brain, your amygdala is going to the worst possible case scenario. And so that sets off a cascade of chemicals and other things, adrenaline, cortisol, stress hormone, dopamine, all kinds of stuff. Remember, I talk about those brain systems. That's the amygdala is the second brain system I talk about, and the biochemical matrix, all of those chemicals that we have, is the sixth system that I teach about. So right now, this ice is really cold. It's really stinging my hand. That's drawing my attention. And what it's also doing, not only is it mentally distracting me from whatever it was I was thinking of that set my amygdala off, but it's also helping to put in check all of those chemicals. So the idea is to first rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 100, but you probably wouldn't even be pulling this out if you were like not in the 90s, hundreds, or as most of my patients say, 120. So when you're holding the ice, give yourself a number on the scale. So, maybe you're at 95 and you're just ready to go off and you're like, argh! Or you're like, oh my God, what's happening? I can't think, your body's out of control. So put the ice in your hand and hold it. I'm moving it around because it's really cold and it starts to get sharp, it starts to get numb. So use mindfulness skills, use all of your senses to really look at and feel and experience this. So I'm just gonna be quiet for a second and look at it. Look at the beads coming off of it. Feel the sensations in my hands and how it stings. Sometimes it's numb, a little bit hurts, but it's pretty distracting. You can also take a chunk, put it in your mouth if you want to. Swish it around in your mouth, feel that. Listen to the sounds. Right? So the idea is when you engage your mind in something, it pulls it away from whatever was causing you to go into the panic attack, and it'll help lower you on that scale. So where you may have started off above 100, although that does not exist, if you started off there, when you start to notice that you're getting down around 70 or below, then you can stop the ice holding, so you can put it down. Now, remember, of course, it's going to melt, so it's going to make a mess, but that's better than making a mess of your life by doing something when your amygdala is storming that you otherwise would not want to do. So if you don't have ice, you can wet a cold towel. It doesn't work quite as much because the intensity of the ice is what helps, but you can drink cold water. You can hold a cold glass against your face. You can find a cold pack. You can even sit on it if you need to. Hey, if you sit on it, you might mess around and not sit yourself down in jail or some other foolishness that may be about to pop off because your amygdala is in control. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. This is Dr. Alauna. You can find me on dralauna.com, and you can get more information about empathy skills practice at my online program, traumarecoveryacademy.com. Thank you to everyone that is working hard, thinking and praying, supernatural protection for all of my healthcare workers, all of the people that are unfortunately on the front lines of this viral war, And I'm praying for our politicians and our decision makers. Shouts out to Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee for her support in this venture. And take care of yourself and everybody else. Make empathy go viral.